Hi, I'm Greg. I'd like to take a few moments to show you just how easy it can be to take the learning resources you have and place them up in Equella to get the best use out of them for online delivery. Why Equella? Well, as the diagram indicates, Equella up here sits up there. It's a content repository, and as a result, because that's what it specializes in, it can give you extra options that perhaps sticking it straight into a learning management system cannot. For instance, if we have one copy of your learning resource up here, we could deliver it many times over without having to have many copies of it. Also, if you update it up here, for instance, minor changes to the documents perhaps, it will automatically flow through, making it much easier for you to create and deliver that content in the most efficient manner. So let's have a look and see how we can do that. I'm going to use the example of an activity that is within this Word document. I may have had it for a while. I need to actually open that document and make a few changes. So here we have it here. First thing I might want to just clean it up a little bit, change the font, splash a little colour in the heading, and just pick it up a little, and we're ready to go. Now what I'm going to do is save it as a particular format. So you need the option where it says other formats. And a number of the formats that are here, and we have web page and web page filtered. I'll choose web page filtered. Now the reason I'm choosing that is because Microsoft Word usually writes some pretty horrible HTML code that's really not suitable for the web. So I'll just choose filtered in the hope I will get a message like this that says saving this format will remove office-specific tags. Actually, that's a good thing. So I'll choose yes. An extra warning saying that I'll lose some of the formatting. That's fine. Okay, so I've lost some of the formatting here, but I've got my little mouse. I can still put him over there, position him where I want him. That's all I need to do. Once I've got that, all I need to do is save. Once again, it's telling me it's the end of the world, but it's not, because we don't want office-specific tags. So we'll close it off. Now we have our content. What that's done there, it's written a HTML document with a folder with the supporting pictures. I need now to actually take that content and put it in Equella. So the next step will be to upload this content. Now, here I am in my generic Moodle platform. This is Moodle 2.2. And of course I'll need to turn editing on, because it's here I wish to place my link to the resource. So I choose Add a Resource, Equella. Now that should launch the built-in Equella Contribute screen. Here it is here. It's inside what's called an iframe. And this is the thing we're after, contribute. Of course, it'll ask you where you want to contribute this, and in this particular case I'll choose Hunter Institute Materials. There's not a lot of choices in the built-in one. If I was to look at the native access to Equella, you'll see that there's a lot more to look at. There are a lot more options. So inside your Moodle, it's actually quite restricted, but sometimes that can be a good thing. What we particularly need here is to launch the file manager, because we want to upload these files. It launches a little Java applet. Now if I bring over this window here and I can see my files that I want, I could select these three files, and I just need to drag and drop them straight in, and it will upload them, and there they are. You have some extra choices here, such as remove from item summary. It all depends on whether you want to be able to make this visible or not. In this particular case, perhaps I want on some occasion to actually link straight to the actual Word document itself, or I may want to link to the HTML page. So in this particular case, I will leave them both as visible. I just need to close this window. And there we have our two options, the HTML file and the doc file. We need to choose next, fill in the information. Should this item be visible by all TAFE institutes? Well, no, not really. You may want to just restrict it to your institute. And once again, I'll choose Hunter in this instance. You could choose all of them, or you could choose several institutes. It's entirely your choice. What type of item is this? Well, essentially it's a learning object. Do I want it visible to students? Yes, of course I do. So here we need to give it a name and a description, a title and a description. So if I just pop this in here, and as far as the description goes, I may have something pre-prepared that I can just pop in over here. Essentially, now because I'm not actually making this right to a particular unit of delivery, I'm actually going to say no unit code, and I'll pretty much leave it at that. I won't worry about the extra details. And I'll save it. And submit it to workflow. It's an extra little step that you need to do. And here we are back at the item summary screen. Essentially, I could select both, but I just want that HTML file, so I'll select that. So now it's selected, which is obvious because it's giving me the option to unselect. Now all I need to do is return that selection. And return it. Just ignore that annoying message. And here we go. Now we have a link to that online content. If I click on that link, the content comes down, but it's sitting inside a frame. Now that can be really annoying. So I'm going to go back and I'm going to change that. So I'll choose the edit for that option. I may want to change the description. How to build a mouse over menu. I leave that. But instead of that, I might want it to open in a new window. I could even give the window a particular size if I wanted to. And if they are getting a new window, why not give the user the ability to resize and scroll? It would be the polite thing to do. Pretty much I'll leave it at that and save and return. And we're back here again. Now when I click on that link, we have a web page, complete, ready to go. And that's all we're looking to achieve.